And good afternoon, and welcome to Through the Static. This is Stephen, the medium, on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. It's rainy, it's cool. For the first time this season, I put the heat on.
Thank God.
Anybody who knows me really knows that I'm not being sarcastic. I love this weather. I mean, I like it when it's sunny, but I love the cool roar, the beginning of fall. It's the best feeling, right? You can smell the leaves. All of a sudden, like in a day of rain and coolness, the leaves have burst and the colors are here. So I also have a cutie next to me. Who are you again?
I am Coach Elix.
It almost looked like you were going to forget who you were.
No, I wouldn't forget who I am.
And
I'm still thinking about you and how you love cold and how I'm frigid in the house and you're like in heaven.
Well, I am.
That's right.
And we have our
producer,
our triangle here, the three of us. Mark, the producer, who's
wearing a Red Sox.
Yes, he's good.
You know they're done.
Yes.
I just wanted to remind you.
They were done a long time ago.
That's right.
So last week on Facebook Live, and I was showing people on Facebook Live this little skeleton that is going to the bathroom on the toilet.
On a toilet.
And
classy.
It's just, it's a Halloween thing, and I just thought it was really cute. So I got in today, and Mark had told me that it was Paul Healy's, and Paul does Pontificating with Paul Monday through Friday from 9 to 12. And I said this on Facebook Live, seriously, if you've never listened, you got to listen. Paul is, first of all, he's so funny, but what a great show he has for 3 hours. He really does. I really love when I'm not in court and I get to listen. I really enjoy it. But in any case, so there's a note connected to it that says from Scott Barnes to Paul Healy, then from Paul Healy to Stephen the Medium. Don't forget to
wipe.
So I got a present today. Thank you, Paul. I'm going to call tomorrow. I'll call his show to thank him. But so cute. And I'm sure, Paul doesn't know how crazy we are about Halloween, but probably, just knows that I was talking about it. I thought it was really cute. And how often do you see a skeleton go into the bathroom? Right?
We don't need to see anyone going to the bathroom. and like I said to our producer before we started and to our Facebook viewers, it's my birthday. Monday was my birthday.
Yes. Happy birthday, Elix.
Stephen gets the presents. That's what life with Stephen is all about.
I think you were taken care of in Maine.
I was. There's no question.
A beautiful dinner I took you out to Arborvine, which is an incredible restaurant. And
even though, what did I have? He could not get over my dinner.
I almost changed tables. I was this close to changing tables. What did he have? He ate Daffy Duck. That's what he ate.
He was so upset that I ordered the duck.
Yes.
But I never get to have duck, and it was delicious.
Yeah. Well,
why?
Well,
exactly. That's a good question.
It's a little duck. I mean,
why was he put on this earth?
To be eaten.
No, not to be eaten. To have babies, to look cute, and
that duck came from a farm.
I was going to say, can you? I was going to say, who can shut his mic off, but he does it.
He's the producer. We don't have a choice.
There.
Well, let me just tell you something, like a beautiful spirit story. Honestly, it's a great story. So every year we go to Puerto Rico. Elix's family's from Puerto Rico, and for many years we would stay at the Hilton in Ponce, where Elix is from, so that his mom and dad didn't have us in the house, and it was like maybe 5-10 minutes away from the house.
Absolutely, 5 minutes.
5 minutes, and so every morning we would go down and have breakfast in this open area, which was beautiful because the weather is beautiful, and we would always pick the table that was next to this little pond that the hotel put together. And they did it so cute because they had these big fish in the end. They put a big net over it so nothing could get at the fish, and there was one duck that was always there every morning. And for many, many years, every time we would go, of course, I would get bread, purposely, take toast to bring over to the duck, right?
And he was also blind.
Well, we didn't know that. We knew something was going on with his eyes. Then we asked the people at the hotel, and they told us that he was blind. So, and he would actually come right to me, and I would hand feed him, and I have pictures that I posted on Facebook over the years. So couple of years ago, we went to the hotel, and the first morning we go to breakfast. We don't go there anymore after Elix's dad has crossed. We stay with his mom, which is terrific. But one of the last times we went, and as soon as we sat down, as Elix can attest to, I was waiting for, and I would call him Pato, which is duck in Spanish, and that's what I named him, Pato. And I didn't see him, and he's always there. So one of the guys going by that we knew everybody, I asked, Elix and I asked, where's Pato? And over the last time we came, he passed away. He crossed over. So needless to say, sitting at the table in tears, crying. I couldn't help it because I love that Pato. And
this is like ugly crying, people. There's no...
It wasn't that bad.
Oh, you were
no. Listen, you know what? Any medium will attest, and any medium will agree with me that if you're a medium, then you've got a lot of sensitivity. It just comes with the package.
That's true.
So, and especially for me when it comes to animals, you know how I am. You're the same way. In any case, so I was crying. It wasn't an ugly cry. It wasn't people staring at me. I was crying though. I couldn't help it, and I said, or Elix said to me, he'll show you that he's okay and how much he loved that you fed him every year. And later on that day, we looked up to the sky, and there was a cloud that looked exactly like a duck.
Yeah.
I took a picture. It's on Facebook. Maybe I'll bring it back up so it's more current tonight. I'll put it back on. And, of course, then what happened is that I started crying again, right? So the duck, Pato, was telling me he's okay and was thanking us, for always coming and
And for those of you who know Stephen would know this, but when I get sick, Stephen would be like, oh, I hope you feel better, take a Tylenol, go to sleep, whatever. Just that's how he would deal with me being sick. One of our dogs gets sick and he goes into hysterics. Seriously, like we have to go to the emergency room. There is no stopping.
Well, that is true.
Yes.
But that's not, the former is not true. I take good care of you.
Well, you do.
Do you want to just get the stove story out?
Oh my God!
I mean, we don't have too much time.
We do have to do a shout out, but I'll do the stove first. So, typical Stephen, we're in Maine, and one of the fuses, kind of blew, and so we're trying to figure out, how to get electricity back on. Fine, handle. Now, I'm not really paying attention to what he's doing. I just know that he found the fuse and electricity's back on. So we go for a run. Then these people who are coming to change the propane show up. They change it. I asked them if they need anything from us. No, blah blah blah. So we go in, and I'm about to start getting ready to make breakfast, and it's a propane gas stove, and nothing happens. And I'm like, oh my God, did something happen? And there's something wrong. So I called the maintenance guy to ask him. He happened to be around. He actually drove to the house just to make sure.
Because the stove wasn't working.
There was nothing wrong. And as soon as he gets in, he just looks at me. He's like, you do realize the stove is unplugged. And I hated myself right away because I'm like, I should have known better. Stephen unplugged the stove. He forgot to plug it back in, and he never said anything. And I just looked at Stephen.
Didn't say anything. I didn't even know it was the stove. I was just trying to get outlets to see what was working, what wasn't. I had no idea that was the stove. Plus, where I come from, we're very safe. And before we leave the house, we unplug the stoves just to make sure there's no fires.
Oh my God! So, anyways, that's the Stephen story. But can we do a shout out to Bill and Melissa Whalen? They're listening.
Where are they? Florida or
Florida? They're in Florida. So.
Hey, Bill. Hey, Missy. It is so great that you're listening. Whoever is listening,
and they better be listening. I'm testing. Absolutely. I'm testing you, Bill.
And I'm looking. We had such a great dinner with them, so I'm hoping that we get to see them
very soon.
Such great people. Amazing people. So and by the way, Missy is way talented.
That's right.
She was showing us what she does. So hopefully at some point I can get to that.
Bill So.
Yeah. What?
Talented.
Oh, All right, Bill, you deal with the Elix. I'm sure you deal with them all the time.
Bye.
All right, 508-222-1320, and when we come back, I'll take calls, so we'll be right back. Welcome back to Through the Static. And just administratively, really quick, I just put on my website, I am going to be in the Everett Saugus Elks November 8th, which is a Friday night, 7 to 9 on the North Shore. You got to come. It's a beautiful ballroom, and I am going to be doing something that I've never done in a group reading ever. Not ever. This is going to be the premiere, and I got to tell you, it's definitely takes into consideration the audience. So
in this time, for the first time, we're actually doing regular admission, and we're doing meet and greet. So you'll get an opportunity to meet Stephen, take a picture with him, and so on.
Which is really nice. So just keep that. Everything's on my website, StephenTheMedium.com. You can go and purchase tickets, but I will tell you, I put it up today, or Chris, who does my website, who is amazing. And there's already tickets being sold, so it's crazy. It's good, and I've never been to the North Shore, so I'm going to take calls, but just for just conversation tonight, tomorrow, the weekend. Can somebody just explain to me, as I asked Elix and Mark,
here we go.
What happened to the E in school? Well, why is there grades A, B, C, and D, and then F is failing? What happened? Why is E? I think E is being discriminated against. So I'm just throwing that out, and I think it's a great conversation, right? Or am I just nuts? All right, maybe I am just nuts. Let me go to the first phone call. Hello, this is Stephen.
Hello.
Hi, who's this? Hello.
This is Rosetta. This is Rosetta.
Rosetta, how are you?
Is this the Rosetta we know?
How are you?
Is this? Yeah, I was just going to say this is.
Hi, Elix.
What? That's so exciting, Rosie.
Rosie's in the house.
Hi.
I can't believe I'm talking to Rosie. This is so amazing. So for others listening, Rosetta and I met in Boston when I had my first job in First Data back in the early 90s when Elix and I met, and then we all kind of transitioned over to Westboro. And Rosie, I gotta tell you, as you know, you were absolutely one of my favorite people to work with.
I know, Daddy. You were my favorite manager ever.
I love it. We had a great time, didn't we? We had a really, really good time. And
we did.
And I know, how long have you been? You're in Georgia, right?
Well, actually, now I'm back in Florida.
Wow. And so when did you move? How long has it been?
Oh, wow. When I moved to Florida, it's been about 10 years now, I guess.
Wow. It's been a long time. Well, it's been a long time since we've seen each other, and of course, I can't think of you without thinking of Val. I just can't. I mean, it's just, you two were the crazy fun people, right?
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I'll never, I'm going to do a reading. I hope that's what you called for, because you're getting it anyway.
Yeah.
But I will tell you, I always remember the four of us going to, I think it was Fresh Catch, you, me, and Val, and Elix. I don't know if you remember that, but the four of us went. Did you remember that, Elix?
Of course.
Yeah, that was a fun time. It was a really fun time. So, okay.
You guys used to have the best parties, Christmas parties. I love it.
I'm so glad that you were part of it. So it's a great thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rosie, let me see who's. All right, so Rosetta, Dad is crossed. Your father.
I guess. Yes.
You're a father figure, and I wasn't sure if it was father. But wait a minute, do you also have a father-in-law who's crossed?
No, my father-in-law haven't, but he's like almost 100.
Wow.
He's very sick, though. He's very sick.
Well, it doesn't mean that it's referencing your father-in-law at all in reference to health. But it was just interesting when your dad stepped forward. He kind of made me feel that there was another father figure stepping forward. So maybe it's a grandfather too. It could be a grandfather who's letting you know that he's here. But Dad just. Your dad steps forward. Your father, Rosetta, just told me, where's the anniversary or birthday come up really close? There's something very, very close. Like, usually when they give me this sign or this symbol of a bouquet of flowers, usually it's 2 weeks back, 2 weeks forward, really close. Birthday, it could be anniversary of death or wedding anniversary or birthday. But your dad says...
Well, we just had an anniversary of my sister's death.
Oh. When was that?
Well, it was September, the end of September, around the 29th.
Oh, so that's what it is. That's the 2 weeks back. It's just a way, Rosetta, to let you know that your sister is stepping forward. Your sister just also gave me 16. So keep that number with you, 16.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know if it's the 16th, like the 16th of a month, or sometimes it's a split number. It's January 6th or June 1st. So there's got to be a reason why your sister's giving that to me. Rosetta, your sister tells me that it was an illness?
Yes.
That took her?
Yes.
Because she makes me feel like it's all in the front of her. And that's sort of... it makes me feel like, I don't know if it's fluids or having issues breathing, but it's something that she said to me that as much as she didn't want to leave everybody, she was so ready to leave because of what she was dealing with. So, I mean, do you remember something with fluids?
Yes, she had lupus, but fluid build up in her lungs.
Oh, there it is. So Rosetta, just know that your sister is so. I just played with your sister and said, because she's so loving. I said, more loving than your sister Rosetta, and she's like, more loving. I love your.
That was her.
Oh, she's got a great sense of humor. Your sister, a great sense of humor. She tells me though that there's a picture of the girls. I don't know what this is. There's a picture she references of, and it feels like it's the girls. I don't know if it's the sisters. I don't know what this is. But just make sure
It's the sisters. It's the sisters.
And is
a picture of all of us.
Oh, so she just wants to give that as a validation. Rosetta, also, who's the junior?
Junior? Well, my son was a junior, but I have a sister. We call him Junior, and he is a junior.
Wait a minute.
But my son is a junior.
So your son's a junior, and you have a sibling that you call Junior?
No, my sister's son. We call him Junior.
Oh, wow. How cool is that your sister's giving a validation to not only your son, but her other nephew, your sister's son, that you call Junior. I just heard your sister just said, say Junior. So it's pretty wild. Where does the Jeep or the convertible come in? Who's got the roof that moves? It's either now or in the past. Your sister just made me look out the window, and a Jeep went by, and she made me look at the roof. I don't know if it's an actual Jeep she's referencing, or if it's something that there's a roof that comes off of a car, or there's a reason why she's got to be bringing that up. Maybe growing up, Rosetta, or maybe up here there was a connection with a Jeep or a convertible. But just make sure you keep that with you, because if your sister's bringing it up, there's a reason for it.
Okay.
And there's also something with it. It's almost, Rosetta. Nobody was like in an accident, or your sister talks about either the roof wouldn't go back on right, or the roof wasn't on when something happened with the car or the Jeep. There's something with the roof. I don't know what this is, but just make sure you keep it. And Bob or Bill, who's the B? Barbara, Bill, who's the B connected to you?
That's the sister you're talking about. Her name is Barbara.
Oh, wow. So know that somehow, so Barbara's the one that has the son Junior?
No, Bonnie is the one that has the son Junior.
Oh, my Lord. So Barbara's the one that crossed?
Yes, Barbara crossed.
How cool is it that she just gave me her name, Barbara? How wild is that, Rosetta?
Wow.
To prove to you that she's actually here. But I got to tell you, there's something. Just make sure you keep it with you. It feels like there's something with the roof. I don't know what it is, but make sure you keep it with you. Your sister also just told me that every single night she's with you. She's with everybody, but every night, because when Spirit shows me touching of an arm, it just means that at nighttime to sort of like calm you down and to let you know that she's here with you. It's just a way to let you know how much she loves you. And Rosetta, I'll tell you, she just said to me, tell Rosie, tell my sisters, tell my family that I'm having a ball up here. She said, I've got as many crazies up here as the crazies are in the physical world with your family. I love it.
That's so true.
I love it. But how wild for Barbara to give these beautiful validations and to tell you she's fine and she's happy and she's safe and she's with you all the time, Rosie.
Okay. Oh, that's wonderful.
And, the thing is, we know each other, but I did not know you have a sister who's crossed, nor did I even know her name. So it's just Barbara letting you know.
You didn't.
It's her. It's her. So how wild is that? So I'm up for a break, and so lots of love, Rosie. Thank you so much for calling.
Rosie, bye-bye.
Thank you, John.
Bye,
Lots
Rosie.
Of love. Bye-bye.
Lots of
love.
Bye. And we'll be right back.
How cool is that?
And welcome back to Through the Static. I just got to tell you, Rosie calling I had just all goose pimples. I haven't seen her in so long, and it was such great memories in that job. And to be able to bring through her sister, who I didn't even know she had lost a sister, is pretty terrific. So, Rosie, hugs and kisses to you for the rest of the day. So, let me go to the next caller. Hi, this is Stephen. Who's this?
This is Abby. Oh, I'm so excited I got through.
Hey, Abby. How are you?
Hi, guys.
It's good to have you through. So, Abby, let me check in with what's going on. What does this mean, Abby? So, I have a couple of things here. So, I have a grandmother and a grandfather who stepped forward first. So, was that your grandmother? I don't think so. If it was, I would have fallen off the chair. So, Abby, you've got one grandmother who's crossed?
I have two.
Okay. Well, there's a grandmother who stepped forward, but there's a grandfather who stepped forward with her. I don't know if they're the match set or they're two separate sides, but just know that there's a grandmother and a grandfather. And, there's... I see playing cards. So let me ask you something, Abby, because usually when I see playing cards, it's someone in spirit that wants to reference, either people that are crossed now that were big playing card people or someone here. But in your particular case, it doesn't seem like that's what they're telling me. So I keep getting cards being thrown. Are you doing something? Like, are you changing something or thinking about changing something? Why do I keep getting, like, risks around you? I don't understand what this is. Or is there, like, a husband or a significant other that's doing it? I just get, like, let's throw the cards out, let's take the risk, and go from there. Does that make any sense?
Kind of. There is a lot changing right now, so... There's no significant other, but...
But is there something changing with you? In other words, what the cards are representing, which is a very different symbol than I usually get, is almost like in someone's head, like thinking about doing something that they would normally sort of be like afraid of, like moving or just like doing something different than they usually stay in their box. So I don't know if that makes sense with you.
I've been thinking about changing. Yeah. Job, house, all at once. Yeah.
So no, it's just a way that your loved ones, in this case, your grandmother. There's an old name too, like Ethel. There's an old name here, connected, and it feels. I don't know if that's someone's like middle name that's passed down or someone in spirit, but there's an old, like it feels like an old woman's name. I don't know if it is the E, like egg, like Edgar or Ethel, or there's something.
I do have an Ethel.
Oh my God! Who's Ethel?
Ethel would be my stepmother's grandmother, who used to make me wear wigs and put makeup on me and terrorized me as a child.
Abby, I love Ethel. Not for her doing that to you.
Oh,
but,
she's hilarious.
Oh my God! Well, that's what I was just about to say. I mean it in the sense that I love her as she comes through, because she's out there. She's definitely out there.
She is.
And
she is. She got the police called on her when she was like 80 for wearing a leopard bikini in the backyard while gardening.
Oh my God! I love Ethel. Wow, so that's so amazing that Ethel wanted to come through. Are you on fire? Is your house on fire? What's going on?
Well, I started dinner. That's what happened.
Maybe that's the risks. I don't know. You're taking risks. You're setting fire alarms off. I'm not really sure.
Living on the edge.
Abby, where's David come in?
Wow.
Don, David. It feels like it's a guy connection to you. So you did you date Donnie or Dan or David, or is there someone around you? Why does Ethel keep bringing up? Sometimes Derek. Who's Derek?
He was a man friend that really nothing ever happened with. It never went anywhere.
But was that a long time ago? Or was that recent?
A couple months ago.
Oh, so this was recent then.
It was pretty recent, yeah. Actually, the last several months ago when I called in, my little brother came through and said that he really liked him.
He really liked who?
This Derek.
Well, it's so interesting that happened, because I just keep getting. I just asked you. This isn't your brother. This is all about your grandmother today. And Ethel, by the way. But they keep telling me that Derek is not done. I don't know. And that could be on a friend basis, Abby. I'm not really sure. All I can tell you is that they wanted to specifically go back to him, and he's still got feelings, Abby.
See, it's been a struggle for me the last couple of months to try to let go. I still feel a pull, and
that's what I'm feeling.
Don't think it was reciprocated, and they keep telling me yes, it is.
Well, listen, if Spirit's telling me to tell you, then they're only going to give information that is going to put you in a better place, and sometimes, Abby,
right,
in a better place to possibly help to make decisions. They don't tell us what to do, but they'll give us stuff. But for them to it wasn't actually Spirit. I tuned in psychically with you, and I could feel like energy coming from him to you, and I knew that just meant that there was this was more than just a friendship on his end still. So it's a way, and I know maybe that doesn't sound the best if you're saying you're wanting to let go, but I'm just giving you. There's a reason why Spirit's giving that to you, or why I'm tuning into it. So it's
right,
maybe
right.
just a.
It's been a struggle on my mind. So
yeah, and it's probably just a way to sort of help. Where does the badge come in, like police or fire?
Oh, wow. And my grandfather was on the sheriff's posse.
Wow. So know that, as I mentioned, grandfather stepping forward. He just wants to make sure you know that it's him stepping forward. So, but are both grandfathers crossed?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I have two, but how cool is it to let you know it's all letting you know that they're watching. You know what? One of the things that both of them, including. I don't know what Ethel's doing. She's walking around this office, seriously, this station, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's got such a beautiful presence. She actually just said to me that what she loves about you is that you, whether you know it or whether you admit it, is that you've got a piece of her personality-wise, because there's a craziness in Abby. There's like a fun crazy in Abby. So make sure you just take that as a beautiful validation, and that everyone is watching to make sure that you know you're taken care of.
Thank you.
And Abby, one last thing. Ethel just said to me, whether you know this or not, you're in the best place you've ever been right now. You may think that doesn't feel like it, but I'm telling you, you are. Spirit knows, and make sure you kind of reiterate that to yourself every day, because it's true and things are happening good. So, all right?
I was going to say, spiritually, I do believe I am where I need to be right now.
Perfect. Yeah, and it's a step above that, Abby, because if everyone's saying, make sure you remind my granddaughter, my niece, whomever, that she's in the best place, there's a reason for it.
Thank you.
No, thank you, Abby. And listen, you have a great night. Lots of love.
And we gotta love Ethel.
I love her. I just said to her, you can come with us after we leave here. So, but I think she's going.
As long as she's not wearing that leopard bikini.
She's heading right to you. So, she's not staying with us. Lots of love, Abby.
Thank you.
Alrighty, bye. Okay, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Through the Static. Are we not having a great time?
Yes.
Yes. All right, let me go to the next caller. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Lisa Pickard.
Hey, Lisa Pickard. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
So this is terrific because, on break I get to look at Facebook Live, and I saw someone say, Lisa's next. So this is perfect. So, Lisa, let me tune in and see what's going on. What is this, Lisa? At first I thought, well, let me ask you something, Lisa. Do you connect to a teacher?
I do.
Because I it's interesting. I saw the alphabet, which is always my symbol for ask about so who's the teacher?
Joanne.
But how's Joanne connected to you?
A friend of mine.
Okay. There's got to be a reason why they're bringing me to someone in spirit's bringing me to Joanne. Is she very close to you?
Yeah.
I should have said she is very close to you because spirit's showing me like the two of you standing shoulder to shoulder, so which is my also symbol that they're very, very close. So let me ask also then: is someone like a Patriots fan? I know we're in New England, right, and there's a lot of Patriots fan. But I was trying to figure out why they keep showing me numeral letters, and then they connected it to the Patriots. Is this still with Joanne, or is this with you?
With Joanne.
Oh, my God. So we're just going, this is the Joanne show, I guess. Yep. So, okay. So there's you. I've got your loved ones stepping forward, but I also have Joanne's loved ones stepping forward. So it's between the two of you, Lisa. Did someone lose someone recently? When I say recently, I mean recent to me because spirit doesn't have an essence of time. So recently to me is like a year, up to a year, up to 15 months, but usually no more than that.
She lost her father.
Was that within the year?
Yeah.
Oh, so it's got to be Dad stepping forward to let her know that he's here. I don't know where this comes in, but there's something with the ring. something ring-wise. I don't know if this is with Joanne or if this is with you. Because just because Joanne's dad's talking, it doesn't mean that he's not referencing something to you. But something changed with the ring. I don't know if like someone had to cut a ring off, or someone changed like size-wise, or the format of a ring. So that's not with you, Lisa?
Yeah, not with me.
But do you know, have you heard anything with Joanne?
No.
So make sure you ask Joanne about that, because there's something, because her father keeps showing me a ring and just keeps talking about the, and he also keeps saying he's sorry he left things the way he did. I don't know what that means. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's like relationship-wise. It may, it makes me feel like it's like finances or something. So just keep it with you. I know it's kind of weird, Lisa, that you're calling, and this is all about Joanne, but there's got to be a reason why they know Lisa needs to hear from him, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And just so you still chat with her, right? So because Lisa's father's screaming at me to tell you to make sure you tell Joanne.
Yes, I will tell her.
Okay, perfect. Where does the foot problem come in?
I have feet problems.
So now we're just switching to someone on your side who's stepping forward. I guess they did what they needed to do with Joanne. There's also a baby carriage that's coming. So someone can connect like a baby?
No.
Okay, so just keep it with you, Lisa. When I see a baby carriage, it means either someone just had a baby or someone's pregnant. Because I can see a baby carriage being rolled down the street, unless there's like a memory of like when you were younger with the baby carriage, something with the carriage. That it could be that too. So just make sure you keep it with you, because there's a reason why they're giving that to me. Lisa, there's also who just moved or is thinking of moving?
Me and my husband.
Did you just move, or are you moving, or thinking of moving?
We are thinking of moving down to Florida.
Oh, so it's just make sure you know that your loved ones are watching. The baby carriage is not, I was just clarified, is not a current baby. It's a memory from years ago, and it's some kind of carriage. It almost makes me feel like either a carriage or a wagon, but someone's pulling something. Maybe your husband had a wagon, or there was a connection with a carriage or a wagon back then. But just make sure you keep it with you. And
my mom used to take my son in the carriage to go get ice cream.
I mean, that could be it. I mean, it's and your mom is crossed?
She has, yeah.
That's kind of a vague thing, because I mean that's what you transport kids in. So usually it's more specific when they give me something like that. It's there's a story attached to the carriage or something more than that. There was something I was just going to say to you, Lisa. It was with me and then it left me. We talked about the move, and I don't remember. So I maybe it will come back to me before I end this call with you. Have you guys looked into places? Why do I keep getting pulled to Juniper?
Nope, haven't looked there.
Okay, well then maybe you should. Just take a look at I just heard Juniper, and this definitely has to be Mom. Even though I will tell you something, Lisa, there's a connection with the ring with Joanne, but your mother just told me there's a connection with the ring with you or your husband. Your mother's screaming at me to tell you someone changed either when I get a change of something, a ring is lost, or there's a change with the ring, but there's something with a piece of jewelry that was changed or lost that your mother's giving me as a validation. So make sure you keep it with you. And also February 2. Birthday, anniversary?
My mother's birthday.
Okay, it's just making sure you know it's Mama who's letting you know that she's here and stepping forward. So, but she's screaming at me to scream to you about the ring. I think it's a ring. I mean, I could be wrong. It could be another piece of jewelry, but something happened with or your husband. So make sure you ask, who's Pete or Patty?
Patty.
Or Pete. Who's the P connection here to you? Either living or crossed?
I don't know.
So not on your husband's side? There's not a Peter or Patty or a Pete connection?
Brother-in-law, nephew.
On your husband's side?
Correct.
Is it Peter?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just a way to let me know what side I'm on, and if Peter's on your husband's side, also ask him about the ring. So, and the last thing I'm going to tell you is that I just heard your mother say that you know down in your soul about the move, what you want to do. So don't be hesitant. Make sure you just stick with what that is. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Listen, Lisa, thank you so much for calling.
Thank you.
All right. Lots of love. Bye-bye. Hi, who's this?
Maureen.
Hi, Maureen. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Maureen, the first thing I get is John, Jack, Jim, Jane, Joan. Who's the G or J name connected to you?
I have no clue.
You do. So it could be a middle name too, Maureen, like Mary Jo or I don't know, like Michael John. There's a G.
My son's middle name was Joseph.
Oh, I knew it. He's crossed?
Yes.
Oh, Maureen. So know it's the first person that wants to come through to let you know that he's here with you and just how much he loves you. I love the fact that I love your son's smile. The smile that he's giving me, and I'll tell you, I love the fact that he wanted to be fancy with his middle name, with the G or J name. Maureen, I've never lost a child, so I can't even imagine what that's like. But your son just says that he's not telling me how long ago this was, even though he's making me feel it's been a little bit of time.
5 years.
Yeah. So, because I just either more recent, like a year or so or longer. And he just said to me, in 5 years, Stephen, every fiber of my mother, every second is me. Every second. And I get that because it's your son. Where does the alcohol come in, Maureen?
My son was addicted to alcohol.
And this is the one who's crossed?
Yes.
So, he just wants to... This is not about something negative at all, because I got to tell you, even though he keeps telling me you know and you feel him all the time, even though you'll say to me, why don't I feel him, correct?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I get it. But he's talking... He's so clear... Talking to me, it's crazy. And he said that, Ma, it's because the grieving walls are so up because you loved me so much. Your son just said to me, I don't think a mom has ever loved a son as much as that my mom loves me. And that's why you can't feel him. And you keep saying, why do other people get signs? Or why don't I get the feelings, the signs for my boy? And it's because these walls are so strong because the grief is so much. I love, you know what your son just said to me? He said, the walls will come down, the signs are still there, you just got to look for them. But your son just said to me, tell my mom the reason why those walls and that grief is so strong is a reflection of how much my mom loved. And you can't have those walls that thick unless you had this undeniable connection with somebody like you had with your son. And I know you want to get those signs, but it's just a way that your boy is just saying, Ma, you got those thick walls because of our connection, and I'm never, ever, ever leaving you. Your son just keeps also saying, Ma, I'm sorry for what I left you with. and the grief. And he says, my mom also has, she feels guilty. She's holding on to that she should have done more. And I could not have had a better mom. So, Maureen, please know that your son, number one, is in such a great place. He's so happy, and he just wants to let you know that thank you for being. I got to control this because I'm feeling the emotions and from your son. Thank you for being the best mom anyone could ever have. And the reason why I was here for the length of time is because of you, and also the reason why I had unconditional love and the quality of time that I had outweighed the quantity of time, because some people go through their whole lives and never get to that love. And what you gave him, Maureen, is it's the most beautiful thing.
Everything you have said is absolutely correct.
I know. I can feel the emotions. I have to stop myself to not cry. But Maureen, it's incredible the love that this boy has for you, and he's with you every second. And please don't hold on to anything. Just remember the good, and remember that his soul he's right with you 24/7. He walks with you, Maureen, and you will get more signs, okay?
I hope so.
You will. I will send you so much love and so much white light, and just please remember your son is with you. The show's ending, and but your son would not let this show end without you getting through and letting this happen, Maureen. So so much love to you, and just remember what an incredible mom you are, okay?
I thank you very much.
You are welcome, and we'll be back. Maureen, thank you. We'll be back next week. Stephen the Medium.
Coach Elix.
Mock is in the house, and thank you for letting me do what I love. We'll see you next Wednesday.
Bye, everyone.